Okay, so the last video we looked at setting the crab so the crab makes its way across the bottom of the screen. Now what we're going to do is when the fish touches a crab, the fish is going to lose a life. So to do this, what we need to do initially is we need to go onto the fish and we need to click data, and we're going to make a variable. Now a variable is a place basically where you can store information, you can store data, and we're going to call this one health, or we can call it lives actually. And we're going to make it for all sprites because we want, you know, as soon as a crab touches it, we want the crab to turn around and say, right, I'm going to reduce one of your lives. If we set it for this sprite only the fish would be able to change the lives. So we'd have to add the code to the fish. But what we're going to do is we're going to add the code to the crab. So click OK. And you'll notice that it appears up there. We do want a label. If we didn't want a label, we could hide it. If you didn't want a label, you can not slide large readout. There we go. So you can just change it to the large readout. But what we want is we want the normal readout because we want the name of what it is that we're actually looking at, because we're going to have another one up here that says score as well. So what we need to do initially is go back onto the crab. We need to set the lives. In fact, actually, we'll go onto the fish. Sorry, my bad. So we'll go onto the fish and then events, and when the green flag is pressed, we're going to set lives to 3. And I think we'll have 3 lives, just to start it. Set lives to 3. And so this goes across the top, and we've got 3 lives set there. Happy days, that's working fine. Next thing we want to do is we want to go onto the crab, and we want it to take these steps. But what we want to do inside here is we want to see if it is touching the fish, we're going to reduce one of these lives. So now what we need to do is go to control, and we come to this block of these blocks of code. So we've got if blank then else. So what we can do is if we're touching the fish, we're going to do something, or we've got if we're touching the fish, then we're going to do something, otherwise we're going to do something else. So we just want this one, and we're going to drag this in and just stick it on underneath here, and go to sensing because we want to see if we're touching something. So we're going to drag the touching, drop down arrow, and then fish. Stop. So if we're touching the fish, then what we're going to do is go to data and then change lives, and we're going to change this to -1. Change lives by -1. So as we run this, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drop the fish down. There we go. Oh, you see we've gone into negative numbers because we're constantly touching the crab, and the crab's totally like proper biting us. So it's working. It's not exactly as we wanted it to, so we set that back to 3, and then we click stop. So it's touching. So we need to get some code in there which is going to make it so that when we get down to 0, we're going to lose the game. Don't worry about that. We're going to add the code to the shark, and then we're going to look at that a bit later on. So the next video is going to be looking at adding the shark.